She no longer knew what day it was. Fourth, fifth. Time had evaporated into the scorching air. The sun showed no mercy. Her lips were cracked, her skin burned, her feet bare and blistered, left faint streaks of blood in the sand. Her name was Elena Marlowe, once the refined daughter of a New Orleans merchant, now just another forgotten soul left to die. She hadn't run away. She had been thrown away. 3 days ago, her husband Richard, a cold and arrogant trader, took her on a ride through the Arizona desert. A fight, a slap, a final insult. Then he pushed her out of the wagon. "Let's see if the coyotes appreciate you more than I ever did," he said, before riding off. He left her with nothing. No food, no water, no direction, no dignity. She walked until her body refused to move. And then she collapsed. Somewhere far above her, on a ridge of red stone, a figure watched. A rider, an Apache. His name was Taha. Seon. He wasn't a savior. He wasn't a hero. He was a man who had seen too much, carried too much, lost too much. He lived alone, spoke little, trusted no one. And yet, something in him stirred when he saw her lying in the dust like a broken bird. He didn't hesitate. He rode down, lifted her effortlessly into his arms, and placed her on his Mustang. He didn't speak to her, didn't ask her name. He just took her home. His home was carved into the side of a canyon. Rough adobe, handmade tools. Silence, broken only by wind and fire. For days, Elena drifted in and out of fever. Tarzan fed her drops of water mixed with herbs. He cooled her skin with wet cloth. He covered her body with soft deer skins. He kept a respectful distance, always. On the 4th day, she opened her eyes. There he was, sharpening a knife by the fire. Where am I?" she whispered. "Far," he said simply. "Who are you?" "No one." He placed a bowl of cactus stew beside her and went back to his knife. No more words. She tried to sit up, screamed from the pain. He didn't flinch. But later, without saying a thing, he left an aloe leaf next to her sleeping mat. Days passed. She regained strength and questions. He offered few answers. When she cried at night, he sat outside, listening to the coyotes. When she tried to clean his home as a thank you, he let her. One day, he motioned for her to ride his horse. She laughed, screamed, almost fell. He smirked, maybe even chuckled, just once. Another time, he taught her how to gather wild beans. She cut herself on a cactus. He rolled his eyes and wrapped her hand in cloth. They didn't speak much. But in the silence, something began to grow. Not desire, not romance. Understanding. One night, near the fire, she finally asked, "Why did you help me?" He stared into the flames for a long time, then said, "Because I couldn't save her." "Who?" "My sister. She was 13, sick. The missionaries left her behind. Said she was slowing them down. I found her bones a week later." Elena didn't speak. She simply reached out and touched his hand. He didn't pull away. That touch said everything. More time passed. She helped cook. He carved her a small bird out of wood. It was lopsided, clumsy. She cried anyway. He began calling her by her name. She stopped asking when she could leave. They found rhythm. She began to braid her hair the way his people did. He began to hum songs at night again. Once she woke from a nightmare. He was already beside her, holding her hand. The first kiss didn't come with fireworks. It came slowly, as a promise, not a question. They didn't need to say, "I love you." Their survival had already said it for them. Months later, travelers whispered tales. of a white woman and a lone Apache man living deep in the canyons, not captor and captive, not savior and victim, but something deeper, stronger. Some said he saved her, others said she saved him. The truth was simpler. And they chose each other. And in the desert where lies cannot survive, two broken souls had found what neither thought they deserved: home.